So, welcome to another How To Tuesday, where we're going to talk about another decrease. This is the Purl 2 Together, which I've demonstrated a few times already right here, so you can see what it looks like. And it's like the Knit 2 Together, it's a very easy decrease to do. There's not a whole lot of muss or fuss to it. And yeah, so as you can see, this is the purl side, and on the purl side, this is considered a right slanting decrease. So the important thing about that is depending on which side is your right side and wrong side, if you're using this and you need the stitches to slant a certain way, you need to take that into consideration. What side is the right side? And the right side would be the side that's facing out. So it's really important to consider that, because as you can see, it's leaning to the right here. See? Yeah. Well, if we turn this around, oh no, it's now leaning to the left. And that is just a matter of the fact that it is mirrored on the other side. That's how knits and purls work. So if you need a left leaning decrease, and you have to do your decreases on the purl side, and the purl side is the wrong side, then this is a consideration. So we're going to do a couple of these like we did with the Knit 2 Together, so you can see how it's worked and you can see the line continue to form. And there you go. So some other things, I've worked this in garter stitch, and that's just to keep the edges flatter. And if you're curious about garter stitch, I will link a video below. I'm also knitting continental, which means I hold the yarn in my non-dominant hand and my left index finger does a lot of work. And I will be knitting in combination style, but my way, which I'll also link to below. So first things first, we're going to do our edge stitches, because we want to keep the side of the swatch clear. Work to our last two stitches, and you're going to take the right needle, insert it into both stitches. Now I'm working in the front of the loop for this purl, which is part of how I knit a combination. I'm going to wrap the yarn and draw through, and there you go, you have decreased one stitch. And as you can see, it's continuing to lean off to the left on the knit side. So. And again, we'll work do another two, so you can see what this really looks like. Work the border stitches. Alright, so we've got our last two stitches on the needles. Insert the needle through both stitches. You're gonna wrap the yarn, draw through a loop, and there you go. That's another one. We'll continue on. And as you can see, this is really easy. You can purl two together through the back loop just like you can knit two together through the back loop. That purling through the back loop I find personally is a little more awkward. So while it's not impossible, it's not, you know, hard is a relative word. Be advised that you're probably going to find a way that you prefer, and that's okay. So we're down to our last two stitches. Again, we're going to insert our needle through both the stitches. Oops. First, we're going to move our yarn up first. Ha. You're going to yarn over and draw the stitches up. And there you go. This fairly neat right leaning decrease. So, I hope this was helpful and it made sense. And I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you done this before? Did you like it? And do you have another way to do this that you prefer? Drop it in the comments below. Remember that you can scroll down. You'll see my video on continental knitting, combination knitting my way. I'm going to do a video about garter stitch to share with you. And yep, that's it. All right, toodles, friends. Happy knitting.